Welcome to the Billy Ho Forecast Show. Please subscribe and like the video. Remember, the more you share, the bigger we grow. Now, let's go! Hello, Billy Ho here. In today's show, we're going to cover this year's Travelers Championship. We'll dive into TPC River Highlands, touch on some important scoring holes, discuss a few players that might play well, talk a little weather, and make sure you stay tuned toward the end because I'm going to have a couple of guys that I think might be interesting plays when we get to the players. So be on the lookout for that. Before we get started, I wanted to wish all the dads out there the very best on this Father's Day taping of the show. You guys are all my heroes, especially my dad. I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for him. And U.S. Open really quickly. As of this taping, the leaders are getting close to tee off. I'm not going to predict a winner or anything, but I think I'll be very excited to watch, obviously. And it's going to be an average DK week for me. Could have been really great. I made a couple of mistakes, and I posted that in the Discord. For one, but the couple of things I did right, actually, real quick, I was way underweight. I only had like one or two Sung JMs out of 30 lineups. Faded full fade on Lowry and Finau chalk. So, but what I did was I went about 75% Webb Simpson, who missed the cut on the number. And this is how he did it. He was even par going into Friday. He gets to the first par four. He starts on the back nine. He gets to 14, driver in the fairway. Then he hits a pretty decent second shot that just runs a little too far and lands in that tuft of rough right in front of the bunker. Well, he proceeds to chunk his way, lying there in two to make an 8, triple bogey. Then plays pretty up and down, gets to the number 8, the easiest par 5, misses the fairway, has to hack it out to about 115 yards. And then what do you not want to do on hole number 8 at the U.S. Open? Be anywhere short on your approach shot. So, of course, he was. Ball rolls back 56 yards. Now he's got to get up and down. And, of course, he knocks it on the green 15 feet, misses the putt, makes a bogey, finishes +4. Cut. See you later. So unfortunate. And Berger was the other one, but he just played like shit all day Friday. So anyway, Webb was that guy that he was in the wrong wave. That was my first mistake. And then the second mistake is he didn't fit that, big, bulky John Rahm, Rory McIlroy. I mean, Rory's not a big guy, but he's strong as shit. These guys can hack out of the fairway when they miss it. Webb, that was a part of his problem on the other holes, is that he was missing fairways, and a guy like him has trouble hacking out of there. So anyway, okay, we are back on another Pete Dye track, and take a look at this list of pertinent Pete Dye tracks. I'm showing you on the screen right now because I took out a couple of them because I didn't think the TPC, maybe TPC Louisiana, but there were a couple that haven't played like PGA championships in like 6 years. So I threw them out. But TPC is a Pete Dye design, plays at 6,850 yards, par 70. Fairway grass is a bent POA mix. The greens are 5,000 square feet on average and bent POA mix. 4-inch rough will be a mix of Kentucky bluegrass and fescue. All right. Scorable holes. The 2 par 5s are gettable. In addition, the first hole is a par 4 that can play as short as 424 yards. Anything with a good tee shot on these types of holes leaves you with a wedge. This one will leave you with a gap wedge. Second hole is a mere 341 yards. I think some guys might even try to drive it or get real close, and they'll have one of those tweeners like 38 to or 25 to 40 yard pitches. Some guys don't like that, so they'll elect to lay up, and then they'll have a gap wedge. They can just hit a 4-iron off the tee into the fairway. So lob wedges, gap wedges, things of that nature. You see where this is going. There are 8 par 4s that have this similar look. Even the ones not shown in the slide have at least a 15% birdie rate. And judging by the early weather, there's going to be some rain in the forecast. So I don't know how much or how bad, but it could soften the course up and make for really, really low scoring. So we're talking it could push -20. Now, if the weather somehow flips and there's more wind and it plays harder, it could be low teens. So anyway, more important holes, two Pete Dye staples, holes 15 and 16. The 15th hole is the 296-yard drivable par 4, water on the left. Most players happily risk it because it's going to be a huge reward if you do. And even if you do find the water, you can just take your drop right next to the green and still make your par. Now, the 16th hole is going to play anywhere from 155 to 170. And it's one of those large pond, not quite an island, but you got to clear the water on a fly. It's a Pete Dye staple. It's all carry to a sloping green, and a pin placement can make it even harder. So those are some of the holes that I just wanted to get across to you. The Travelers is a classic. It's going to be course history. So we're going to get into skill sets. Okay, this is a model we're looking at right here that is my 2021 Travelers model. And it has the fairways gained, strokes gained approach high, a little bit around the green, some putting, birdie or better, opportunities gained, which is anywhere like on the fringe, 20 feet or in, I think. Might be 15. I don't know if they changed that or not. Par 4s, 400 to 450, because those are the go time scorable holes. Greens gained, obviously, that was the winning formula. When I looked up the past winners, they were really, really highly ranked in greens gained and DK points. You can't have a tournament without DK points. That's how we play. So this is just like a 6 months recent form model, and it has typical guys like Scheffler and Henley, JT, Xander, Mito. I think Mito's a good skill set. So getting back to some holes here, after that drivable par 4 and the par 3, the last couple of holes are quite difficult. So if you can manage that, you're going to be in good shape. You'll be up the leaderboard. And so Wedge Fest, be looking for that, guys. And more into players here. So this is tournament history, and this is going to be strokes gained total. You can see Brian Harman playing quite well this week, so he's going to be massive chalk next week. Believe that. Kevin Streelman might be a little sneaky. He has not played well. The old Streelman is right here. Miscut at Memorial, where he can play well. It tends to play well. Charles Schwab would have been another good course for him. Did make the cut at the PGA, but these last two putters, he is team no putt. But the strokes gained off the tee, that's probably about average because he's not a big hitter. His thing is approach. He usually will get up there and see, he hasn't done it in a long time, but this is what you're looking for. 4 to 6 strokes gained putting, approach. So that's the type of player you want there. But Cantlay, Ches Reavie was a winner here 2 years ago. Harris English is the defending champ. You saw him back in the PGA or in the U.S. Open. Played okay. I think he had one good round, but he really, really struggled over the weekend. So but it's good to see him back. Always a big fan of Harris English. And the breakdown is, of course, the TPC. We've already covered that. These are some more guys here. Burns and Neiman, all these guys. Keegan, we're still up Cromwell, Connecticut, so he's still going to be popular. Willie Z. Willie Z has got to win. I don't know if he'll win today, but that dude has got to win a golf tournament sometime. He is too damn good not to. Another guy I think is going to win very, very soon is Aaron Wise. That guy's really, really playing well. He's going to win a golf tournament before this year's over. Believe that. Touchdown Tony missed the cut. Some of these guys I might be interested in that did miss the cut at the U.S. Open, so they can have the weekend off to tune everything up, because there's no shame in missing a cut at a U.S. Open, especially if you were in that PM or in the PM AM wave. Yeah, PM AM wave. That was the poor wave. So this is just the first look. And I wanted to get into the golf course, do a few new things, show you some stuff. I hope you like the show. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. If everybody, and I got this idea from the Degenerate 75 who has a show on YouTube. Shout out to him too, because he seems to be a pretty good guy. He's a little wild, but we all like a little wild. Do a show on a Friday or a Saturday night at 7-8 o'clock, and you're going to have a couple cocktails. So shout out to him. He does a really good showdown show to give you some help, even though he whiffed on Max Homa and he mentioned Harris English today, and I fell for that, but I don't hold that against him, not in one bit. I make my own decisions. It was my own dumbass play. So we'll see how that pans out. He's still got some holes left to play, but he was like 7 over on the front nine. But anyway, subscribe, tell a friend. If everybody, we got 112, I think, or 114 subscribers. If I just got half of those to get one person to subscribe, just think of how we'll grow. That's what we need. We need that exponential growth. Thanks for watching. Until the Tuesday show. Peace.